Hello and welcome to the
And Kyle.
Amy.Adventures podcast, also known as the AKA podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about all things marriage, mental health, and
Cycling.
again, apologies if the sound isn't very good. We're recording off my phone in preparation for when we cycle around the world and hopefully still put these podcasts out once every week or more likely once every 2 weeks, depending on service, signal, all of that. So yeah, just going to update you on what we've been doing really and have a general chit chat. Normally it goes down a rabbit hole and we end up not talking about anything we want to, but there we go.
Give you a glimpse into our daily things.
Daily life preparation.
Yeah, bits and bobs.
To be honest, at this point, it's all really about around the world because it's currently Saturday, the 25th of April. This podcast will go out tomorrow morning, so it'll be Sunday morning for you guys listening and gals. So it's only 6 days until we go because we leave on the 1st of May. Anyone that's listening that lives in the UK near us, we're actually leaving from Sudbury Stables Cafe, which is near Uttoxeter, Derbyshire way. If you want to come and wave us off, we're leaving at 9:30. Feel free to come and give us a wave. And we'll also be finishing there sometime in September. But yeah.
If not, wave on the sidelines.
Yeah, you can wave us along the route.
We got the tracker.
Yeah, we've got a live tracker, so we'll put a link to that in the description. We've got the charity donations page up as well now. So we're doing the ride to raise money for Shout Mental Health Charity because it means a lot to us. So yeah, if you can donate, that'll be great, but no pressure. And you can see exactly where we are 24 hours a day. So if you're really bored in the middle of the night, if you get up for your nightly wee, you can have a little look where we are.
We'll probably also be sleeping.
Yeah, unless you're in a different time zone, then we'll probably be moving. But yeah, it's all feeling really real now. This last week, we're tapering now. To be honest, I've been finding it quite hard because I feel like I need exercise to function. I don't think it's too much of a problem. It's not like I'm doing too much and not eating enough. I know I do have a tendency to do too much, but I fuel it well. It's all managed and, I have that good balance. But this last week, it just feels like it's so different not being able to ride my bike. Like normally today I'd ride my bike all day because it's Saturday. This week, all I've done is one little turbo ride and one outdoor ride that was 3 hours. And my turbo ride was an hour. And it just feels like so little. And it's like, oh, I'm just like itching to be on my bike. But I know it's for the best. But I do just struggle. I do. I didn't say do, but that came in my head. Sorry. I do just struggle like not moving as much. I just feel more irritable and more like, oh, I want to go out and run.
Yeah, but we'll have plenty of that.
Yeah.
In 6 days.
I know that like in 6 days' time when we set off, it'll all be good. And probably in like a month's time, I'll probably be wishing I could have some days off, no exercise. So
don't get me wrong, I almost wish we had normality at the minute where we do our normal rides, but I know for the better.
Yeah.
We have to be sensible.
Yeah, we're trusting the coach and like we know that if we don't rest now properly, we're going to set off feeling tired. So it's going to be good like setting off itching to ride.
Yeah.
Because then our legs are going to feel fresh. We're going to be excited to ride. And the best way to turn up to the start line is knowing that you followed the plan. And I can say, as long as it goes well this week, I can say that I've followed the plan to a T, which will hopefully make me feel confident going out into the world.
And see where that takes us.
Although I don't feel confident, but I can pretend I do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Last night I had a bit of a panic. We went out to mum and dad's for tea and we had to print off all of our documents, so like all our visas, photocopies of our passports. What else did we print off? Oh, like the waivers that people have to sign. No, not that we have to sign, and the sign-off sheet. We have to have witnesses at the start and the end. And then in the car on the way home from mum and dad's, I just started thinking like, Canada is so remote. And I started like thinking of all the things that could go wrong in Canada. And like, if I know we've got an InReach, so that's a Garmin product that they gifted us, which basically means it's a satellite cell. So if there's no cell signal, I don't know why I'm saying cell, I've gone American, no mobile signal, then we can use that to communicate with people. We can like message my mum and dad off it. And also we can use it to alert emergency services if anything goes wrong. But we've recently just found out that it's illegal in Thailand. So we can't actually take it with us. We're going to have to post it. So we're going to post it to a bike shop in Australia, which I'm going to do tomorrow on Monday because it's Sunday tomorrow.
Yeah.
By track delivery, and I'm hoping it'll arrive there safely. Otherwise, A, we'll be in trouble with Garmin, and B, we won't have any communication in the remote parts of Canada and Alaska.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that does make me feel a bit safer that we've got that. But it's just the fact of like, it's so long between places, and I just think, if something goes wrong and
Yeah, but
yeah,
I had to remind you that I've been reading Jenny Graham's book from when she did it,
and I've read that as well,
and we
yeah.
pretty much take the same sort of route,
Yeah.
and she was okay. And we've also doubled down and, like, checked where there are places, sort of worked out where we can get resupplies, and yeah, that's all you can do really, and then crack on.
Yeah, this morning we literally spent the whole morning going through every day of Canada and writing on the spreadsheet how far into the day there's somewhere we can get food, and if there's not many places, that we'll know to be extra sure to have loads of food with us from the night before. Because everywhere we stop, there is like a little supermarket or a little tiny shop, or if it's like a B&B, we can ask them if we can pay extra and take some bread with us or something. So we'll just be really sensible with that. But I think, yeah, it all really feels real now. And then it's like the animals as well. Because I was like, oh, bears, they'll be the biggest risk. But then when I Googled it, it said moose are the biggest risk because they're apparently quite aggressive.
Mm.
So I thought, oh, great. I'll just put you in front, Carl, and you can fight it off.
There's a moose on the loose.
There's a moose, a goose, a goosey woose.
Oh,
So yeah,
call it.
I'll just sing to it. That might scare it away.
No, we'll do what Jenny Graham did and stay way away from it
Yeah.
and let it do its thing.
Yeah, if we see one crossing the road, we just let it cross. What would you do if we're riding along, middle of nowhere, Canada,
Mm,
and then in the distance you see a moose
mm.
and it's just stood in the middle of the road like death staring you? But as we approach it, we're maybe like 20 metres away and it's just stood in the middle of the road looking at us and not moving. And then it starts tapping its foot on the floor like it's about to charge.
Probably,
Cycle the other way.
potentially, I don't know. Might be just shell shocked and hope it just backs away and gets bored.
I think what I'd do is,
Or hope a lorry or something comes and just
yeah,
scares it off.
hope a car comes. Maybe like stop, see if it'll move. And if it looks like it's going to try and charge at us, I might just cycle the other way for a bit, have a stretch and have something to eat, waste a bit of time, and then go again and see if it's gone.
We are not prey.
No, I don't want to get eaten by a moose or stampeded. So
I don't think a moose would eat us.
I think I know, I don't think it'd eat you, but it could stampede you, couldn't it? I think that's the issue
They've
with
got,
its antlers. Yeah,
apparently they're huge as well.
are they? I wonder how.
Apparently
Oh, they are.
moose are huge.
I do want to see one, but I don't. I do and I don't at the same time. I want to see one because it'll be majestic and cool.
I just want to Google that. How big is a moose?
Because I do. We might never go to Canada again. I mean, hope. Oh my, jeez,
Very.
how big?
They can be up to 6 to 7 feet tall at their shoulder.
Oh, jeez. They weigh between 800. No, they weigh between 800 to 1,600 pounds. That's up to 725 kilograms. And the antlers can spread 6 feet wide.
It's
Oh,
nearly as tall as me.
I don't want to see one of them. I'm going to get eaten by one of them.
That's pretty big, isn't it?
If we do get eaten by one, at least it'll be like, our funeral. It's quite a cool story.
It's like that.
Oh my, it's bigger than the camper van.
It's taller than the car for sure.
That'll be, oh no. They are massive. I'll be cycling the other way if one of them comes. I'll just get my bivy bag out. I'll cycle 20 miles the other way and see my bivy bag until it's gone.
I'd certainly be cautious about wanting to have a run in with it.
Yeah. So not only am I now worried about bears, I'm now worried about moose
But I'm pretty sure Jenny Graham only saw one moose, and that was
the
from
whole time.
some distance away.
Yeah. The thing is, I keep saying to myself as well, there's so many things that we can't control. Like we can't control how many animals we're going to see or what could go wrong. So there's no matter how much we worry about it or think about it, it's not going to change what will happen on the road. So I'm just trying to say to myself, just control what you can. Is there anything we can do about a moose? No, there's literally nothing we can do. So don't do anything about it. Is there anything we can do about not having signal for our phones? Yes, we can get an inReach from Garmin. So we've done that and we're posting it out. So just focus on what we can control. And I do feel better about the Canada bit now, knowing that Jenny Graham did that bit and also how beautiful it looks. And also, there is somewhere to stay every night.
Yeah, there is.
So it's not like there's nowhere to stay and there's going to be absolutely no people around at all. Like the people that own those accommodations must live there.
Also, I think
So that
daylight hours are quite short,
yeah,
but we'll try and make sure we're not riding too much in the dark
yeah.
in terms of like making sure we get to each accommodation.
I think we will be riding in the dark quite a bit though, because
No, we will.
some of the days are like
to minimise.
yeah, some of the days in Canada are quite
Like 8 hours, yeah.
no longer than 8 hours, 181 miles.
No, I'm on about the daily.
Oh, the daylight. Oh, I thought you meant there'll be 8 hours on the bike. I was thinking, how fast are you riding 180 miles?
No, not that great.
I think our longest day in Canada is like 195 miles. But then we have shorter days to counteract it. But that's only because of how far away accommodation is, because it's so difficult. Like you either do a really short day and then you're not progressing, or you do a long day and then the next day have a shorter day. It's just, yeah. Logistics has been one of the big things for this ride. But anyway, that is all ready now. So what else have we done this week? Tapering. We've had sports massages. Just trying to fill our time really and
Yeah,
not overthink.
making sure we turn up as well as we can. Yeah, so it's just been one of those sort of weeks.
Yeah, it's been busy still because we've got like little things to sort. We've packed all our kit. All the kit is squished into 5 bags and we haven't forgotten anything off the list, so I was happy about that. And yeah, just basically coming to terms with the fact that we're doing this. And I'm actually really excited now, to be honest. I just want to go.
Mm,
I feel like a little, like in a pan of water boiling, it starts to bubble. I'm
mm.
bubbling and I'm ready just to go. I'm ready to boil. I don't want to simmer over.
We're gonna pop the lid off.
I'm going to pop the lid off on Friday when we set off. I'm going to steam like a kettle.
After a coffee, I'll pop something out.
Oh, please don't. I was actually saying the other day, because I've never had a coffee before in my life. I think I've had one sip of a coffee because I don't like it. It's horrible. Anyway, the other day Kyle was making a coffee, and recently I've noticed in the kitchen, I'm starting to quite like the smell of the coffee.
Mm.
So then I'm starting to think, oh, maybe I will like coffee now. Maybe I should try one. But then I don't know if it's a good idea because I've heard about the after effects of coffee if
Especially
you're
if
not
you're not
used to it.
used to it. I mean, it
Yeah.
has the same effect to most people,
Yeah.
even if you are used to it.
What, you get it? If you have too many coffees, you get diarrhea.
Not diarrhea, but it makes you go to the toilet because that's naturally what it does.
Oh.
The caffeine, that's the caffeine.
So then I'm thinking, oh, should I try some? Maybe not.
Decaf, maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. But then I'm
You don't see
thinking,
the point.
maybe on round the world, if I'm really struggling, I could have a coffee because that might boost me up.
It will, but
Although it will be quite nice to say I got around the world without having a coffee.
it will. Why?
I don't know, it just feels nice in my head.
I can't think of anything worse to say.
I don't know, I feel like it's a weird achievement.
If I got around the world without a coffee, I'd be very upset with myself.
That's how my brain works.
They're going to be the luxuries that I look forward to.
Yeah, but would you be
In
impressed?
fact,
Would you be impressed if I said to you, I got around the world without a coffee?
no.
Why?
I just feel like, why did you do that? Like Jenny Graham was looking for places to stay that she knew was near a coffee shop,
Yeah, she had to have a coffee at the start of every day.
which is pretty much how I am.
Yeah, but the thing is, don't drink coffee, so I don't understand. Like, I just ride my bike. I don't understand that. I just have my porridge and then I'm ready.
Yeah, that's a nice place to be, but a lot of people do enjoy coffee.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like if I do start liking coffee, I don't want to start becoming like
It's not an
addicted.
addiction, it's more of like a,
Because I know a lot of people are addicted to
when we're on the road, we're going to have very few
treats.
luxuries that we look forward to.
So yours is
And a simple thing of a coffee will be something I very much look forward to.
Well, I could look out for chai lattes, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we might get one.
In Australia, they do.
I bet I'll get a chai latte in like Thailand because they do like chai there. Chai tea.
Malaysia.
Chai tea, Malaysia.
Be a bit careful though
What do you mean a
with the
bit
water.
If it's boiled, it'll be all right.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll drink it through the life straw we bought.
Boil,
Might melt.
boiling chai through a live straw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, in other news, I got a lovely comment from someone. So I don't know why, but recently, you have like these insecurities.
Mm.
Like recently, like my big insecurity, I just feel like my face is really round. And I know you always tell me it's not.
It's not.
I do have quite a round face.
You don't.
I feel like I do.
I literally don't feel like you do, but
I just feel like I do. But a lot of people, they use contour makeup and that can make your face look less round. But I don't have time for contouring. I literally just put my tinted moisturiser on if I'm going out, and my mascara and my eyebrow stuff. And then, I'll add a bit of powder to spice things up from going out for a meal. But I don't have time to be learning how to contour. I've got other bigger things, bigger fish to fry. So maybe I should contour to make it look thinner.
no.
But anyway, not thinner, make it look, I just feel like it's round. Anyway, so we did a podcast like last week with a brand, and the video, because we were on my laptop, so it's just us really close to the screen, and then they've made this reel and they've like zoomed in on my face, so just my face really zoomed in, and my face does look round on that. You have to admit.
The camera doesn't help anything.
No, because it's just my face.
Specific, like, it's almost distorted.
Yeah, it's really, my face is just basically really big on the
It's really
screen.
close as well. So.
And then someone messaged me on Instagram saying, "Hi mate, just messaging, say, your face looks really round. I'm just meshing out of concern, not criticism. I was like, "Oh, and thanks, mate, but that is a criticism to me. And what concern have you got that my face is round?" So I didn't reply, but I just thought that's
You
really,
don't have
and then
a
it just
round face.
reiterated my own insecurity about that I do have a round face.
You don't know.
But then
I'd actually I'd actually say your face is more tall than it is round.
it's an oval.
Yeah.
I think everyone's face.
Your face isn't actually that wide though. If I actually measured my face, I think mine's wider.
No, yours is definitely not wider.
You've not got a wide face.
I have when I smile up.
You've got a beautiful smile.
When I smile, I've got big cheeks.
That's
I've
nice
got
though.
dimples.
That's nice.
Yeah, but I feel
That
like why
doesn't mean your face is
why
wide.
why are my cheeks on my face so big? Like
They're
when
not.
you smile, you've not got much like extra. Like I feel like I've got like some padding in my cheek.
I do that.
Yeah, but mine's bigger than yours. Anyway, and then I was like, do you know what? It doesn't even matter because everyone's face is round. That's the shape of a face, and there's just more face to look at. So thanks for the guy that messaged me. Really appreciate that. Yes, my face is round. Thank you for that.
But it's not. And you've upset her. So
You've upset. No, you haven't really upset me. Well, you have a bit because I'm talking about it, but
yeah.
now I've let it go. And then I always just think to myself, in 100 years, 200 years' time, no one's even going to know it existed. So I don't care if I've got a round face. I just want to enjoy my life.
Chester's got a round pip.
Yeah, Chester's got actually a long face, our dog. Chester's got a long snout and a thin face. We've been on a walk today in the Peak District with Chester, and he absolutely loved it because we weren't allowed to ride today because it's no ride day for Tapering. So we went to a cafe and we walked him and he was running around everywhere, kept eating grass, got home, was sick everywhere.
Which we knew would happen.
Yeah.
But I was really happy because I saw how happy he was and I enjoyed it.
But who had to clean the sick up?
But only because I can't physically.
You physically can't
No,
clean sick.
no, if I had, so we've run out of kitchen roll. So when we have kitchen roll, I can do it,
Yeah.
but I can't do it in this instance.
You can do it with the wipes, that's what I'll
I
do.
can't because you know what I'm not, how
You'll
bad
be sick.
how
You'll
bad-
be sick as well and have to clean
yeah,
that up.
exactly. It's pointless having two lots.
I've never met someone with such like a weird stomach. You can't.
I've got good with the dog.
You've trained up to pick the dog poo up now.
I can do that now.
You didn't
And I
used to be
don't,
able.
yeah, and I don't even make a noise. But I can't, that's one thing I struggle with.
Yeah. When I first met you, you used to gag every time there was a dog poo and you couldn't pick it up, and I used to always do it. But then I've given you some tough love,
Yeah.
and now you can pick it up. So it does kind of work. It's kind of like unplanned exposure therapy.
Yeah, but I do pick up a lot of his sick because he is a very sick dog.
Yeah, he is.
Usually when, without going into too much detail, more solid. I can deal with that.
You like his solid sick.
But it's easier to cope with. I'm not very good with textures. I'm really bad.
So if Chester does a solid sick, you can pick it up, and if he does a running
Yeah,
sick,
because I can imagine it's just like food or something. Do you know what I mean?
okay.
If it's, oh,
Sorry if you're eating and listening to this.
yeah, I just can't do it. It's not good.
No.
But Chester's very tired now because
Yes.
I've just stroked him and usually he moves and he's not moving.
Yeah, but he's lying on the sofa next to us, closing his eyes, probably having a dream.
He's dreaming.
He's very cute. But now I've got into this nice routine because we're so busy in life. We're away quite a lot, and we get into different, like when I'm training, I'll normally get up and do my workout first thing. So I like to get up and get it done, and then I take Chester after. But with the taper, with not having the intense sessions in the week anymore, every day I've been getting up, taking him on a walk in the morning, letting him off his lead, and he loves it, and I love it too. It's a really nice way to start the day. I think for your mental health, just getting out in the morning, I know it's really good for your circadian rhythm. I know that from a nursing background, because getting the light on you in the morning tells your body it's time to wake up, and it's a good way to start the day. So I'd recommend definitely, if you can, just even if it's only 5 minutes, going outside in the morning without your phone. If you have to take your phone, put it in your pocket, don't look at it. So much easier said than done, because I normally listening to a podcast and then I always say to myself, keep my phone zipped in my pocket, but then I'll just find myself getting out of my pocket, but I don't know why. Like, what am I checking? But we're so addicted to them. So I've been trying to keep it in my pocket, take him out, and he loves it. But he did have one moment this week where he was told off. So it's all been going well. He's been coming back to recall when I say come, he comes, has a treat. He's not reacted to any other dogs. He's been doing really well.
Even today.
Yeah, he's done so well. I think it's because he's just happy going out in the morning, and there's not many people around. But 2 days ago, he saw a pigeon in the middle of the track. And somebody, aka the man sat next to me, has trained Chester to chase pigeons out the garden. By going, every time there's a pigeon in the garden, he winds him up going, pigeon, pigeon, and then lets him out and he runs after it.
Yeah.
So Chester literally stopped dead when he saw this pigeon and literally bolted. The pigeon was like 200 metres away, bolted to the pigeon, skidded round it, and then he saw a squirrel. And a squirrel ran across and went into the bushes. And I thought, oh, great. So he ran into the bushes and literally he was gone for about 10 minutes. And I just thought, where the hell is he? I couldn't even see him. All I could hear was rustling. So I just carried on walking because I was like, well, he's going to have to, because I kept calling him, he wouldn't come back. I was like, he's going to have to come out because he won't want me to leave him. So eventually I just saw the bushes rustle. Wait, bushes rustle. Rustle. That's really hard to say. Bushes rustle.
Yeah.
It's like a tongue twister.
Yeah.
And he came out the bus. I can't say it now.
Out the bustles.
He came out the bustles. He came out the bushes, and he had like loads of twigs stuck to him with the thorns on, and he couldn't walk properly because that was a big twig across his front two legs. And he was like limping, walking. I had to pull out all these things out of his fur, and he wasn't happy with me. And I put him on his lead because I thought he's not playing silly beggars with me now.
Yeah.
He's in a silly mood. So other than that, he's been really good. That was his moment of the week.
I did teach him that though.
Yeah, you teach him.
So yeah, I taught him well.
You've taught him well, but it's not helpful for me when he sees a pigeon on his walk and he gets all hyped up. But anyway,
He also doesn't like cats.
he hates cats. Oh, goes crazy for them. But I don't mind that though, because they do poo in our garden. So
Well, they don't now.
they don't anymore now that we've got Chester. Anyway, should we move on to? Have you got any moan minute this week? I haven't actually got a moan this week. It's very rare for me. Oh no, I have got a moan. I've got a moan. I've just thought of one. Do you want me to go first?
It might just be you.
I've got a moan.
Well, we'll let you do it.
Okay, so every week, if we've got a moan, we like to have a moan minute. We have a minute to moan about whatever we want. And it's just a bit of a joke. It's not actually that serious for anyone that's wondering, but it's just a bit of fun. And also, you do feel good for venting. I'm just trying to find the timer on Carl's phone and I can't find it. Oh, there it is. You're going to count me in.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
My moan minute is about people in customer service roles that are rude to you. And I understand and appreciate it's probably a high, stressful job. You know, they're probably not getting paid that much, maybe doing long hours. And I do appreciate, you know, it's not the most fun job in the world to be serving people. But what I will say is, if you are serving people, you can at least smile. You can at least say something with a nice attitude, not be rude for no reason. Because I've had 2 instances this week. One at Tesco, where I was just, you know, having my stuff scanned through. And I'm not joking, the person on the till was just, I don't know, just they didn't want to be at that till today and they didn't want to talk to me. I didn't want to talk to them, to be honest. I don't really like small talk, but, you know, they were just really rude of like, just rude, like shoving the stuff at me. Just, yeah, not nice. And then at the cafe today, the woman was rude to me when she served me. She just didn't even crack a smile. Sorry.
Oh, you've got over.
So yeah, and I do understand. And at the same time, it's kind of a half moan because I do think you never know what's going on inside for someone. And that's why I always try not to take it to heart. But sometimes I do think, just crack a smile if you're working in that job. Because then I come away feeling depressed and sad because I start worrying about them and thinking, oh, are they okay?
I don't think I've ever been rude to someone I don't know. Unless they've actively done something that's clearly annoyed me.
Yeah, because she was like, can you stand back, please, from the till? I was like, oh, sorry, I'm trying to pack my bags. How can I stand back?
Yeah.
And then she said, could you hurry up a bit with your bags because we've got a big queue? I was like, well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to organise, actually, my tins into one bag, my fridge into one bag, my freezer into one bag, and my veg into one bag. Otherwise, I get home and it's all everywhere. I just thought, what's the rush? I'm paying for my groceries. Yeah. So that did annoy me a little bit. But then I also think, well, maybe they've got stuff going on at home and you always have to be nice to people, even if they're not nice to you.
I do agree with.
I know that's cheesy, but it's true.
I've just actually looked at something and thought, going off here a bit.
Yeah.
Your mum needs to look after my plant.
I know.
I need
Your
to.
plant's
I do need to remind.
Your plant will die on round the world.
It won't, because I'm just
It will.
to message her.
Yeah, but mum's not very good at keeping plants alive. Well, she is, and actually, to be fair, she is quite good at keeping them. She just can't do orchids, and neither can I. Orchids always die.
Well,
You're going to message, you literally messaged her now, are you still able to look after my plant while I'm away? Usually water it. Why are you texting her this now? I can tell her when we see her next week. I usually water it once per week. What, are you going to take it round to her house? She won't come here to water it. You'll have to take it to her house.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Or she can collect it. Because he does like that
We
spot.
can't expect my mum to drive here to collect it. We'll take it over to her.
That was a tiny little plant when I got it.
It's called Cornelius, remember? I named it.
That's what you came up with.
Yeah.
How well have I done with that? In fact,
Kyle, I don't think you can be really proud of yourself for
no, I am
watering a plant once a week.
taking great care of it.
Well done.
Our next door neighbour,
I know they always compliment
she
it.
actually compliments my plant.
You love it when they compliment your plant.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, I do notice it in your window getting bigger and it looks good."
Ooh,
Yeah, it does.
what is that? I hope that's what she's meaning when she says that.
No, yeah, maybe it's not. She's not about my plant.
Make sure you shut the bedroom window curtains when you're getting changed, I'd say.
Yeah. But no. So yeah, just from that was way off topic, but it just came into my head.
So you've not got a moan minute this week.
Um, I will have if your mum don't water my plant.
What would be good actually is like the plant could be a little bit of a voodoo doll while we're away. So if the plant's doing well and thriving, we can be doing well and thriving. And if the plant's sort of dying, we might be.
But
Mum can send us. I'll tell Mum to send us pictures of the plant every week, and then
will be extremely disheartened if that plant is not thriving by the time I get home.
well, I don't really care about it, so I'm all right.
Why?
I just think I don't really like it because it's just a bit boring, that plant.
It's lovely.
To describe it to everyone listening, it's like I don't know what type of
I
plant
think
it
it's a
is,
corn
but
plant.
it's a what?
I think it's called a corn plant.
A corn
I
plant.
don't know.
It's like take a picture of it, ChatGTP, and see what it says. It's basically a plant that has long, thin leaves. It's just all green, and it just to me, it's not got any life and variety. I like a plant with a bit of colour, a bit of maybe a few flowers, but that's never going to have flowers. It's always just going to be boring and green like that.
No, it's lovely.
I like plants. I know we need green plants, but I
It's
would like a bit more variety. Oh, it's a
Dracana,
Dracana. It's got
often called a corn plant.
It's a corn plant. It's got long arching green leaves coming from a central cane. Yes, it has. And it's got a thick woody stem. Oh, careful.
No wonder my neighbour
It's
likes it.
got a thick woody stem, Kyle. It says it needs to be in light sunlight, avoid overwatering.
It is in direct sunlight, which you shouldn't do.
And it also says, Kyle, it's a low maintenance plant. So therefore, you can't be proud of yourself for that. I'd be very proud of you for keeping alive a high maintenance plant. But anyway, we're going off topic there.
Yeah,
Let's get back to
it's a very nice
what
plant.
we're
I
at.
like it.
We've gone off topic.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to report on this week for you with around the world? We've had the bikes fully serviced. We've had
Yeah.
them checked, so everything's new and red. Not new, but
Well, it
everything's
is
been
pretty much.
checked. We've had a new cassette put on. Unfortunately, we are sticking with the 34,
36.
36.
I
We
actually
did
do.
one. What?
That's something I need to do, actually. I need to re-email
Yeah.
the bike shops that I told it was a 34 cassette and then
Oh,
tell them
yeah.
it's a 36.
Oh,
Because I thought it was a 34.
yeah.
And then Jimmy informed me it was a 36,
Oh,
which is not a massive problem.
I need to email all the bike shops then.
It's only 4.
It's 4 bike shops. Yeah, I'll do that.
But that's not a major drama.
So we're on a 36. We did really want to try and get a 40, but it just won't work with our bikes. So we'll deal with it. We can grind up any steep climbs and,
To be fair, though, you can spin quite easy.
yeah, you can spin, but if it's a really steep gradient,
On the
to be fair though,
chainring's quite small.
yeah, any steep gradient, I don't think you can ever really easily spin up on any climb, and no matter what gears you've got,
With the
unless
weight
you've
as
got,
well,
yeah, with all the weight on, unless you've got really big dinner plate on the back of your bike.
then you can.
Yeah, but we're just going to deal with what we've got. No rest for the wiki. We're used to those gears. We've been training on them, so it will be okay.
Yeah.
And we've now, oh yeah, we had a bike maintenance lesson.
Lesson.
What is up with me today?
No.
I developed a lisp. I don't know what's up with me. We had a bike maintenance lesson with Nigel, and we did gear cables. We're going to cut our gear cables. We've measured our front and back.
Yeah.
And we're going to cut them to size before we go. We tested it on one, and then we're going to weld. Is it weld? Weld the end. Solder, not weld, sorry. We're going to solder the end of them so they're all exact the right size. And the ones we take with us, if we need a roadside repair, we know it's the right size. We won't have to cut it.
And we're going to have 2 per bike.
Yeah.
Also, we have spare chains that are cut to size.
Yeah.
1 each.
Mm-hmm.
Also, about 8 chain links.
Yeah.
So that's such an easy fix.
And obviously, the plan is have our bike serviced every 4,000 miles. So then at those services, obviously, they'll put a new chain on, everything like that. And then we'll keep our spare chains for roadside repair in an emergency.
Hopefully, you never have to use them.
Hopefully not. Touch wood. I'm touching Carl's head.
Spare tyres, all that jazz.
Yeah, we're always going to have a pair of spare tyres with us. We've gone for Panaracer, Gravel Kings.
Plenty of tubes, all that sort of kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then we've also got emergency rations for if we go somewhere and there's no food. We've got a first aid kit each with everything we can think of, including Dioria tablets for any upset
That'd be
stomachs.
more likely you.
Hopefully, we won't need them. We've got all the different tablets you can think of. Yeah, and then obviously kit-wise, we've got all our kit. We're going really basic on the off-the-bike clothes. Literally, I'm taking a pair of lightweight joggers, a pair of shorts, one short sleeve t-shirt and one long sleeve t-shirt, which are both sports tops, so they're really lightweight. And you've pretty much done the same, haven't you?
Yeah. So I've got a pair of sport joggers that are super light, sport shorts, and a top.
We have actually done a YouTube video of our kit actually, and that'll be going out after this. That'll be going out this week, so
Yeah.
we could put that in there. But yeah, we're basically going to go really light with stuff because realistically, we're not going to spend that much time off the bike. And obviously, we've got puffer jackets and like layers, so we can sleep in them if we do sleep outside some nights.
Mm.
But I'm just thinking, we are having a rest day in Kansas, and we're seeing Chamois Butter and Garmin.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, when we're walking around with them, if we can walk, I think we're doing a tour of Garmin HQ.
Mm.
I'm going to look an absolute mess.
Do you know what I'm thinking as well?
Yeah,
By the time we get to Portugal,
yeah.
it might be time to offload some kit.
Yeah, if anyone lives in Lisbon, by the time we get there, we'll probably be giving out, to be honest, you won't want it actually.
Yeah, but I
We'll be
say,
giving out kit if you want some
we want
free
some
kit.
drooping shorts.
If you want some joggers, shum again. I'm just lisping all the time over it.
Yeah.
If you want some joggers, we've got like the most, nerd-tastic foldable shoes as well. So I'm just thinking at Garmin HQ, I really hope they don't do photography because honestly, if they have any taking photos of us, my shoes, for some reason, I've ordered white shoes for off the bike, which is a bad idea, but they were the only ones left in the sale and I wasn't going to pay full price
Mm.
because those Vivo barefoot ones, and they're really expensive, but we got them like half price and they're really good for folding and they're really light.
Also, I tried mine on. The second is flippers.
Yeah, they look
Like
like
swimming.
flippers. They look like those
Just
shoes
go
you go.
wide at the
They look
end.
like those shoes you go in the sea in. You know, like
Yeah,
rock
rock shoes.
rock shoes. They look like them.
That is grippy as well.
So I'm just thinking when we walk around the Garmin HQ, if we do end up doing it, we're going to look an absolute right pair.
Yeah,
We're going to look so.
that won't slip over.
We're going to look the height of fashion. Like literally, and I don't ever want to see those photos because I'm not. This is the thing as well. I'm like toying with the idea of like I'm so self-conscious of my skin because I used to have really bad acne. I'm just self-conscious anyway. I just always have been. I think I always will be.
Mm.
I'm learning to like myself and like what I look like. I'm not yet ready to love myself, but maybe after this trip I will. I'll have a different perspective on life. So I like really struggle. Like at home, I never wear makeup, obviously, because I'm at home. In the morning on my dog walk, I don't wear makeup because I don't care about people on the dog walk seeing me. But like on the camera and stuff and like social media, I just don't feel comfortable without my makeup on. And all I have, to be fair, I'm very low maintenance. All I have is a tinted moisturiser and like a bit of concealer over my scars from my acne and a bit of mascara and my eyebrow pencil. So I'm thinking, realistically, one tube of my tinted moisturiser won't last all the way around the world.
Mm.
A tub of mascara will. But then I'm like, but I don't want to be having. Then I need makeup remover for my mascara. So I'm just like,
Just create.
oh.
It's not a problem.
So I'm not going to take makeup. I might, to be fair, I might just take, just for my own peace of mind, just my little concealer stick. Just so I can put a bit underneath the dark circles under my eyes that will get worse as I go and a bit over my acne scars.
Mm.
Because when I did All Points North, I wore no makeup and I videoed that and I put it out.
And you looked beautiful.
And I looked awful, but it's fine. I don't think people expect you to look good when you're doing what we're doing.
Well, I'll try.
You look good. I feel like men, you know how like girls wear makeup? I feel like men just have good skin and no bags under their eyes.
Not all men have good skin though, do they?
You do,
Usually.
and like under my eyes are really dark, and you don't have any.
But you look younger than me.
I do, yeah. I look, yeah, but you've got weathered skin 'cause you go outside without sun cream on. That's one thing I will be wearing every day on my face. Factor 50
Every day.
every day. That is important.
Right,
Don't,
enough of that.
don't want to get sunstroke, and I don't want to get too many wrinkles either.
Right, enough of you procrastinating.
I'm going to come back. I'll probably have aged by about 50 years when I come back.
Mm.
Anyway, should we move on to Love Me and Lump Me? I feel like this has been a really waffly episode.
Yeah, well, but that's what we're doing.
Right.
Trying to mask.
One thing you love about, yeah, I feel like we're just waffling all day today.
Waffling again.
No, I feel like all day, like today, we've just been waffling and talking about anything other than round the world because we're both feeling a bit hyper and tense about it. Mum's put a thumbs up to your message.
To the
Classic
phone.
mum. You know when people reply to an iMessage with just a thumbs up emoji? Or what she put? I can bring it here if you prefer. Yes. But yes,
It does like a cozy spot.
if you put that to her,
Yeah.
can you put yes, it will?
Cozy spot, not in direct sunlight.
Oh, God, she's going to think you're actually being serious here. You are in a way, aren't you? You've actually texted that to mum. It likes a cozy spot not in direct sunlight. Let's see what she replies. She's read it already.
She's
Wait,
waiting.
she thinks you're typing.
She's waiting on my response.
Anyway, you know when people put the thumbs up emoji to an iMessage? I never do that because I feel like it's like, to me, it feels like, like a standoffish thumbs up, but I know it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also,
But for like mum, it's not. It's like, that's like a thumbs up, as in, yeah, no problem. But for me, if I put a thumbs up, I feel like it's a
I'm
bit
not sure
mardy.
it's that enthusiastic, but it's certainly thumbs up.
It's just like a bit mardy to me, a thumbs up, I feel like. It's like if you're having,
Probably what I'd do if I'd be like, yeah, I can't be asked to reply to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's put happy to, what she put? Happy to wash it at yours if you prefer, or you can decide where it's appropriate at ours. Oh, is she being serious or is she taking the mick?
Mm.
Lovely. I'm sure I can scout out a spot at yours. Oh, for goodness sake. Right. Let's do love me and lump me. Right, you can go first this week. One thing you love about me from this week, one thing I've done this week that makes you love me more, and one thing I've done this week that you lump. You don't really like, but you lump it because you love me. I'll be worried if it takes you time to think about love me again.
No,
Last
I
week.
don't want to say the same. I've said loads of things I love about you, but I don't want it to be the same.
Okay, well, it can be.
No, I think something different.
Go on then.
Might be here a while. No, one thing I love about you
Yeah.
is how you get up with Chester every morning, you take him for his walk, you try not to disturb me, even though I know that's your time to yourself.
Yeah.
But I do like how you like to cuddle up with me at night time.
Oh,
Yeah, love me a bit.
you like having a cuddle in bed.
Yeah,
So basically what you're saying is you love it when I get out of bed in the morning, but in the night you like it when I cuddle you.
yeah.
That's nice.
The thing I lump about is little things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thing I lumped about you this week
Mm.
was you've been a bit scatty in terms of there's been a lot going on.
Yeah.
So I noticed Amy's very organised. Today was one of those days where she wasn't so clean, shall we
Clean?
say.
Well, I've
And
not
I
even
went into the kitchen, there was just stuff scattered everywhere on the worktop. And I am an absolute sucker for nothing on the worktops.
Yeah, you are.
So as I came down, I'm just like, wasn't huffing and puffing, but I was a bit like, in my head, I was a bit like, oh, this is annoying me.
It's because I had my laptop and all my cameras out, didn't I? Because I was editing.
Yeah, and also pots and stuff that, yeah. But the dishwasher was on, but
Sorry about that.
it's something that really grinds me.
Thing is, I have two parts in my head.
But I knew this
One's the
busy.
one's a chaotic part and one's the structured part, and it just clashes sometimes.
but
Today was chaos.
But I knew that it's because I didn't hold it against you because I know how busy you've been
Yeah.
sorting stuff out. So I appreciate that side. So which is something I love about you.
Thank you for that. Would you like to hear yours now?
Oh no,
Do you want me to lump you first, 'cause then I can ice it off with a love?
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. So lump ya this week. To be fair, it's quite hard to think of a lump you this week. So you've actually must have done quite well because nothing's springing to mind. Oh, I know.
Oh, here we go.
I've got one, and I think you'll know as well.
No,
So lump you this week was you had a very negative, uncalled for reaction to an event that happened. So this week we
I
went
don't
on.
think it was uncalled for.
I think it was. Maybe
Overreaction, but
it was an overreaction. We went for a lovely walk with my friend Laura to say goodbye to her. And on the way to the walk, we were in charge of picking up the drinks, the coffees. So me and Laura both went for a chai latte, and Kyle went for a caramel latte, I believe it was.
it was, and it was. Oh yeah,
And as we were driving, so we picked up the drinks, they were in the van with us. Kyle had his drink in the middle console. As we were driving into the car park of the walking destination, we went over a speed bump. There was actually a double
it
speed
was
bump
double.
in the row. And my drinks were both on the top and they both fell over. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But I managed to pick them up quickly and only spilt a tiny little bit and it was fine. Then Kyle was like, be careful, Amy, you need to hold on to them.
Oh, look,
And I was like, he looked really smug. I was like, it's okay. I was like, it's only spilt a little bit. I was like, hopefully it's mine that spilt, not Laura's, because we have different milks. So he was all like, Amy, you need to hold on to them. Why would you put them on there? I was like, sorry. And then I looked down to my right and I said, well, I don't know why you're moaning at me, Kyle, because look what's happened to your drink. And the whole drink had spilt all inside the middle console. There was no drink left at all.
That's it.
It must have like jumped in the air and then like gone down back into the middle console, literally because it's double sideways. The whole thing has spilt out. And there was an expletive exclaimed and a hitting of the steering wheel.
Yes.
So someone was very upset about not having their coffee, and I think it was an overreaction.
I think it was because I'd built it up as something I was really looking forward to.
Yeah.
And I don't drink at the minute.
No. Alcohol, that is.
Yeah, I do drink water. But I don't yeah, so I'm not drinking any I haven't done for a couple of months. So the one thing I take out of joy, which I'm gonna do around the world, is my coffee.
Yeah,
And I had one sip of that coffee and it was very good.
and it was an expensive coffee.
Very expensive
£4.75 that was.
and it tasted divine. And then to not have any more was really
You were
upset.
really upset, weren't you? And
But
then you did calm down and later on apologised and said it was an overreaction. So
I
that's
apologised pretty soon after.
but that was what I lumped about you this week.
Yeah.
So then what I loved about you've got two things, is A, how you apologised to me,
Mm.
because that was very emotionally,
Available.
available, that was. That was lovely.
Kind of like that.
And you explained, I think both of us have been quite stressed recently with everything, and that's understandable.
Mhm.
And I think that's also what I love about you is with that is because that'll be good for around the world, because definitely we're gonna have arguments, we're gonna have tiffs. Like that
Especially if I spill my coffee.
especially because of how, we're gonna be so tired. So if we can get over things quite quickly and apologise to each other, that's good. And then another thing is this week's been a bit of like a heavy week for me with certain things going on, which I don't feel comfortable to talk about actually on the podcast. But Carl's been there for me through that and been really supportive and understanding, and I really love you for that.
Oh.
So yeah, thank you for that. So yeah, I just think you're a very supportive husband, and I'm very lucky and grateful to have
Some of
you.
you people don't know. I'm an emotional, available guy.
You are.
Very emotionally mature, as some would say.
Yeah, although I would say sometimes I do think you hold your emotions in and you pretend you're fine when you're not, and then it'll all explode out with hitting the steering wheel and an F-bomb when your coffee spills.
No, you have got to admit, I've been a very chill guy like the last
Yeah,
few
you have,
weeks.
but I do and yeah, I know you have been, but what I will say is I don't think you openly speak about when you're struggling, which I think is common in a lot of people, not just you.
I think I do, not always.
Yeah.
But I think that stems also from having to be strong, which is not the way to look at it. I know that, I've spoken about that.
Mm.
But in terms of, like, having to be in the supporting role, it's almost trying to be that strong figure to
But
try and
now
make sure you're okay.
yeah,
I know
but you
you're okay.
know I'm
It's just
okay now, and I think
it comes a bit natural.
yeah, and it doesn't upset me for you to talk to me about stuff. Like, I'd rather you tell me about if you're struggling
Yeah,
and
I know that,
things.
but it just becomes part of how you
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
something I picked up from when I was younger,
Yeah.
and it's something that I still struggle to shake off,
Yeah.
but although I do still speak to you. So I feel but genuinely in myself, I felt super, like I've actually been really laid back last few weeks.
Yeah, you feel very calm and chilled, and it's probably because 'cause you're not at the building site.
Yeah, I feel very zen. I
So
feel like my old bizarrely, I feel like my old self.
that's good.
As in, like, when we first met, I was always quite chill.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that again.
I feel like you were quite stressed at work before you left, like, you had a lot going on at work, you had a really big job on, and you were doing a lot of it on your own, and,
Yeah, I had to get
you're
someone to
working
tell me,
yeah, you're working long hours, you've done our extension as well, you'd had a lot on your plate.
and it was timing it all and getting it sure it was done
Yeah.
because I don't start a job and not finish it. So it was, yeah, there's a lot of pressure in that sense from myself more than anything, but
Yeah.
just to make sure things went how I wanted them to go.
Yeah, but you can always talk to me, you know
There
that.
was a condensed, stressful time,
Yeah.
but now that's good.
Yeah. I think maybe that's the message we leave on today is that, like, when we always like to give a little mental health tip, I used to be a mental health nurse. I don't practice anymore. This is not professional advice. It's just stuff that helps us and maybe would help you, but we can't say if it will or not. But I think like just don't feel ashamed to talk about things because when you get something off your chest, it really does help and you do feel relieved. And like most of the time, you're not the only one. A lot of people you don't realize how many other people struggle with it until you talk about it.
Mhm.
And it's okay to talk about it. And if you don't, that's when it can bottle up and get worse and worse. And then it'll come out in an anger outburst or you'll snap at someone you love or, so it's about just understanding yourself in a way that you can talk about it. And it's also okay if you just want to have some time to yourself sometimes.
Mm.
I think that's what we've kind of learnt this week, isn't it? That obviously I'm used to you going to work and I'm at home and we're around each other 24/7, which obviously we're good at doing because we can do that when we ride. But it's actually really healthy to have your own time as well.
Yeah.
And that's my walk with Chester in the morning. And it's okay to do that
Yeah.
and just have that. And I think for people that work as well, like when you used to come home from work, you didn't want me talking to you straight away. You needed that bit of time to decompress from the day.
Yeah.
And I think it's about like that can sometimes lead to an argument if the person you're coming home to doesn't understand that.
Yeah.
It's always just about having open conversations, like of saying to your partner, right, I'm not being rude. I've had a really busy day. Can I just have 10 minutes to myself?
It's not an offence.
Yeah, and then we can talk.
Mm.
So I think the thing is, if you just come in and you go upstairs and you don't talk, then your partner might start thinking, "Oh, what have I done?" And that's when an argument can happen. So I think,
Communicate.
yeah, communication is key. It's what we're doing, isn't it? Hopefully.
That's what we're hoping to practice around the world.
Around the world, we hopefully will be either become really good and better at communicating with each other, or we'll just come back mute and we won't talk to each other anymore. Could go one or the other way.
Yeah, I think the first.
Hopefully the first. Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyway, there'll be one more podcast episode out on Friday, which will be the day that we leave. Obviously, it'll be done before that. So, yeah. Thank you so much to everyone that listens. We've got a few videos going out this week showing our kit and our bike setup. And that's us ding dang done then and off around the world. And yeah, we're ready. I think we're ready.
Thing left to do.
Rad.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening. TT's the FN. Tata for now. Goodbye.
Toodaloo.